Thank you, Mr. President and Mr. Daly. Well, let me start by saying that I hope the eardrums of 4 Hansard are all right. And may I also say that, quite frankly, it would be nice to see Mr. Lucas speak so passionately about issues that weren't only about his perceived election chances. But I'll leave that there for the time being. The Honourable Mr. Lucas does raise a valid point, though, and that is about the need for consistency in this and indeed all other debates where possible. And so I just want to, I'm not going to go into any great detail given the timing, given that this is an issue that's been before us for 4 weeks, as we've now been reminded in the form of this amendment. But the Dignity Party's basic position is that we support the One Vote, One Value amendment bill, but we're not attracted to the idea of a referendum. Now, my understanding through recent discussions with the government is that this position that the government has now reached after consulting with crossbenchers and other parties is that this position will result in exactly that bill passing, but without the need for a referendum. So that's why I am attracted to it on behalf of the Dignity Party. I can also very much see the merit in the Parnell amendments in their own right. Also, as other members have already said, the architect, the designer themselves, Mr. McGarris, of the what is known as the Fairness Clause, has admitted that it does not work in practice. And we can ascertain from that, I think, that that is because it was designed at a time at which the rise of minor parties and independent voices in Parliament could not be foreseen. And so I think we do need to move forward with amending that. So it was put to me that the clause hadn't been previously taken out in previous parliaments because a referendum was required and the complexities that come with that. If a referendum wasn't required to remove that clause after all, it would have looked better if the government had sought legal advice from the Solicitor General and not at the end of this parliamentary sitting. But, notwithstanding that, I am told that the advice is sound, and indeed when I met with Minister Malinauskas last night about this bill, I asked him to assist me with securing my position, knowing that I was doing it based on evidence, if I could see that advice. And if that wasn't possible, if someone from the government could write me a letter basically outlining the advice and what the impact of it would be. Now, obviously the position that has been landed upon is that the advice from the Solicitor General itself is privileged, but I do have a letter from the Attorney General with today's date on it, reading, "Dear Kelly, I write in relation to the Constitutional One Vote, One Value Amendment Bill 2017, the bill. As you're aware, the Honourable Mark Parnell, MLC, has filed amendments to the bill, the Parnell amendments. I have sought legal advice in relation to the Parnell amendments. After considering the advice, the government has determined that a referendum would not be required to give effect to the bill in amended form." So given that this essentially achieves what the Dignity Party would have liked to have seen from the outset, and that we have had these amendments before us for 4 weeks, I think we've had ample time to become more informed and maintain our consistent position, which is to support the bill in its current form.
Mr. Daly. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't deny the fact that until 2:30 today, my position was to